Hello and welcome back to Class Culture. I love that song. I love instrumental. I don't necessarily have to have lyrics, which is kind of odd, but it's not because sometimes I enjoy the music. So, welcome back to Class Culture. This is the final episode in the Poets Corner topic. So, thank you. We made it. And it is Saturday the 30th, January the 30th. I'm supposed to be in bed in 2 minutes, but I can hang. I'll be done in 30 minutes. I'll be just fine. And I'll meet you in the next live when we talk about poetry. We're going to talk about poetry, affirmation, and other good and positive things. We're going to add a little spice in there too, but this is the final topic I choose to cover. Now, I might go a little over 30 minutes. It's okay. I'm all ready to click off and jump right in the sack. So, yes, welcome back to Poets Corner. Repetition. And did I change let me see if I edited my name. Yeah, I did. So, good. I don't want to embarrass myself. Repetition is fun. It absolutely is. It can be overbearing or when people are repetitive. For instance, I don't like repeating myself regarding issues in life, especially when it's in a video. I just say, click, enjoy, join the replay crew. But in poetry, in song, in lyric, in writing, in scripts, it's fun and it's fine. Because you don't say it every day, all day long. You can put down the book. You can turn the music off. You can close the book of poems. But some people absolutely fall in love with a song, fall in love with a poem, fall in love with a story or a movie, and can watch it over and over and over again. It just depends. And that's the beautiful part of art. You touch people in so many different ways, you don't even realize it. So let's get on with this subject. It's going to be packed. I put everything in the description box. I have 2 links, but I have a lot of Googles. So sit back, relax. I have my water. Yes, of course, I moved it. But I also have my juice. I love juice right before I go to bed. Don't ask me why. It just feels yummy. And it's healthy. Hydrate, stay healthy, even if you have to tinkle 50 times a day. Trust me, it's what your body wants, whether you get tired of it or not. It's what your body wants. Sometimes when you're hungry, drink water first and then find out if you are hungry. Just a little tip from Gigi Darling. Let's start sharing. So I'm kind of excited. It's the end of this particular subject. Not that I don't love poetry. I'm just ready to move on to a different topic. So as you saw in the opening, repetition is where a writer repeats a word or a phrase to create an effect. Mine is the howl. Mine is the nose. Mine is the fur. Okay, so let's go on to it. We're also going to talk about schemes and meter at the end. Okay, so let's get into this topic of repetition in poetry. So first, let's go to this search and give me a moment just to make sure everything is set up, and then I'll take myself away. So yay, this is almost over. I'm happy. It is a part of the series now, Art Smart. I'm super excited. I'm proud of myself. February is going to be really, really busy, and I think you're going to love the subject, no matter what culture you come from. So, repetition, right? In literature, I just wanted to pull this up first. Bloop. Structure, somatic, and all that other stuff. I'm not even gonna. It's late. Words, you've heard them, but you don't have time for trying to pronounce all of that stuff. but here it is in imagery. Okay. Now, related searches. This is where it bridges over into film. Okay, visual, photography, repetition in poem, repetition in a sentence. Okay, now close your eyes. I'm going to go back at the top. As you can see, these are the images. When you put in the word repetition, there is BART. I thought that was funny. But up here you have art, photography, design, pattern, example, rhythm, and bloop, poem. Okay, so you click poem. And here is everything you ever wanted to know in repetition. Let's just go with the first one. Why not? I'm car sick. I'm car sick. Open a window. I'm car sick. Take a pill. I'm car sick. Rest your eyes. Very simple. Okay? Poetry using repetition is when a certain word, sentence, or phrase is written more than once in a poem. Easy? Right. Very easy. Very breezy. Okay? Lots of examples. Here are related searches. Poetry poems with repetition, repetition poems, examples for students, repetition examples. Here is a quiz and study sheet. It's so tiny there, but when you click it, you get to see everything there. Okay, so I'm going to stop that and get rid of that and go to the next example. Share. All righty. So let me go to the next one. Let's do repetition in poems. I think I was supposed to hit all. It's okay. Even if I don't, it's okay. You can. Because I have a lot. Repetition in poetry. So good. This is not images. So here are all the things that pop up. Okay. In poetry, repetition is repeating words, phrases, lines, or stanzas. Now, later on in my Art Smart series, I'm going to talk about music, of course, right? Song. Here, I'm sorry. I'm going to write it down just to remind myself. I promise we'll talk about stanzas then. I don't want to get into it right now. I just don't. It is what it is. I mean, we could do poetry all year long. Trust me, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to introduce something artsy once a month and stick to that subject. Okay? So, what is an example of repetition in a poem? Is when words or phrases are repeated in literary work, written work. Okay? Often used in poetry or song and is used to create rhythm and bring attention to an idea. Remember that. Okay? Poetry or song is used to create rhythm and bring attention to an idea. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Okay? So that's a good example. So yeah, this is just going to flow. Easy breezy. Okay, next. And I thought about having music in the back. I'm like, no, I like that with my other, my influx shows. So yeah, I just like talking to you, being totally relaxed, being totally me, not trying to put on a production, just having a conversation. So let's do repetition words. Let me make sure I got everything. Oh, okay. That was repetition in poetry. Let's go to this one. This is the visual. Okay, yes. I'm trying to go in order. You get beautiful visuals. I don't know if you're like me, but I have files of pretty pictures because one day I'll stop doing this. I'm almost there, class culture. I'm about 6 months out from not doing this anymore. I'm just going to be focused on doing productions, going out and about, uploading, me doing things. Not that I won't return to this, but this, it is what it is. It's winter. We're all shut in, whether it would be a pandemic or not. It's cold outside. We don't want to be outside. I think people are getting less sick, to be honest with you. So stay safe. So here are beautiful visuals. Enjoy them. You have exam-related searches of English poetry, English poetry examples, quotes, and nature. Let me go ahead and earmark that in production. So yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful visual for arts and crafts. You can make a copy of that. Why not? Let's just do it. Get it over with. Okay. Here it comes. There we go. It's just slow today. Here is examples. Stanzas, sound devices, meter, repetition, rhyme scheme, stanzas, prose, lines, poetry, meter. I said meter already. Okay, so I just wanted to show you some of the imagery, how you put image, all or image. And this is what you get. And I love it. I just like to look at it. It's okay not to be okay because we are going through a pandemic and we are going to make it. We'll be okay. Nature is powerful. We have to honor her. Poetry poems with repetition, examples for students. Okay. It's to make sure. Okay, perfect. But I just wanted to share that there's a lot of crossover here. Whoopsie. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. There's a lot of crossover in art, isn't there? Poetry becomes song included in a film, a documentary. Sorry, I'm tired. Documentary can be about those three things. They all tie in together. You have to be exposed a little bit about a lot. And this is the way to do it online, Googling. It's super simple. And I'm glad you can enjoy it here. Now, this will be privated on the 31st. So get your memberships in. Thank you, new subscribers. Welcome, Hearts of Gold. I appreciate you, Boo. Shout out to the diplomats, the professors, and the brass and sass. Welcome, new subscribers. I'm having a good time. January is ending up on a high note. Fingers crossed in the air. We have one more day or 2 more days. So, hang in. Hang in. You never know. So let me make sure I'm closing these windows. Okay, so I see what I'm doing. Yeah, this one is a lot. So let's get on with it. Let's do repetition words. Okay. Right. So that comes up. Oops. Okay. So this is what you find in all. We're not going to hit images here, but this is what you find. And we already read this, right? Oh, did I do this twice? Or is it just so similar to each other that it looks like it's twice? Let me look and see. Oh, okay. I just wanted to show a different way of looking it up with the asterisk. Okay, apostrophe. Which one is it? The asterisk is the star. I keep saying it wrong. It's the apostrophe, not the quotey fingers, in front of the first letter and the last letter, and then the word words. Okay. That's just me helping our international audience. Repetition in here. Repetition. Okay. Yes. Repetition is a simple repeating of a word within a short space of words, with no particular placement of the words to secure emphasis. It is a multilinguistic written or spoken device, frequently used in English and several other languages such as Hindu and Chinese, and so rarely termed a figure of speech. It happens in Africa as well. A lot of people don't know that, but it does. They emphasize, if it's real good, it's good. You know, it happens in a lot of African speech. They just don't, you know, use that here, but it does. Okay, so I definitely wanted to share that. All right, so how am I doing? What time? Okay, I'm doing good. I might make it closer to 30. I thought it was, it's a long one. It's a lot to share here. And it's important to hit each and every point. Trust me, it is. Because then you'll be able to come back to these videos and go, oh, okay, I got it. Okay. Here is a list. Let me make sure you can see. Yes. Here is a list of 25 literary techniques of repetition. Believe it or not. It's a lot. I'll let you read all of that. Let me see. It's a lot, huh? That could be like the whole year. And the only one I really talked about was rhyme. Right? Let me look. I'm looking. That's crazy, right? Okay, maybe I'll bookmark this. Maybe I'll talk a bit more about this when I bring up song. I don't know which month of this year I'm going to talk about music and song, but yeah, look at all of that. Look, out of that one list, I've only spoke about rhyme as far as repetition. Unless I got my glasses on. If I'm missing something, I'm missing something. But that's crazy, right? All right, let's hit this. It's used to impact the poem's tone. Words or phrases are repeated throughout the poem. Here comes summer, chirping robin, budding rose. Here comes summer, gentle showers, summer clothes. Cute. I like it. All right. So yeah, that just blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God, look at 25. I didn't take a picture of it, but I'll find it. I guess I could, huh? Let me go back up. Might as well, right? It's just you and me discussing poetry and repetition. So yeah, I don't know where I had it. It is what it is. Repetition, we talked about alliteration before. Repetition and examples in art. You've seen that a billion times. It's a technique. Oh, here it is. Yeah, let me take a picture of that. That's blowing my mind, class culture. Okay, here we go. All right. So let's stop sharing that. Move on to the next. Look, people have PhDs in English and all that good stuff. But if I could just do poetry and just have at it, and not, the thing about poetry is people think you study it. It's a hobby. You have to produce it. No, you don't. You can just love it. You know? So what's the next thing? So what did I choose before we get into schemes and meter? All right, let me do these first links, and then we'll move on to these two last subjects. That'll just whet your palate for the next things that are coming up. In class culture, art smarts. Okay, here we go. Poem analysis. This is a good website. I would even say you could even start here. Okay, and here it talks about repetition, of course. That's the topic. It's an important literary technique that sees a writer reuse words or phrases multiple times. This might also include a certain type of word, image, or other kind of pattern. For example, the use of specific endings, rhyme scheme, action, and so on. and I'll let you read the rest. This is a really, really, really good website. Explore the term repetition. Okay, and it's in the description box. Okay, why do writers use it? Repetition. Repetition in poetry. Synonyms, antonyms, related terms, other resources, art. You want to click it? Let's go. Why not? Let's be nosy. Okay. Very good. I'm just being nosy. I'm not going to read it because we're talking about poetry. Okay. I like this website. I've used it before. Oh, okay. It was just down at the bottom. Poets A to Z. That's why I love this website for you guys. Literary terms, glossary, explore poetry. Charity. That's cool. Here, let me put that in production as well. So A to Z. Let's look. Let's be nosy together. Why not? We're just chilling. Oh, cool. Isn't that nice, you guys? Names. Have at. So let's just pick P. So it goes by Elizabeth the First. Oopsie. Well, the top was on there. Okay. So let me stop. See, because look, I'm so disciplined you don't even know. But this helps because you don't need to go over the whole thing. You know, it's like an encyclopedia. You open it, look at one thing, and you close it. It's there on the shelf. It's not going anywhere. So thank you for having fun with me and repetition. So let me close that. A lot of these things I don't get to. I might use it once or twice a year, but so what? It's ours. When I get my new laptop, I'm going to use a lot of my laptops for one thing. I'm trying to prepare for retirement. I want one laptop for research, one laptop for pictures, one laptop for music, and one laptop for YouTube. You know what I mean? You know how you put things on your what I want and desire list. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so let's get to literary techniques in the matrix. So you can say you are in the matrix and in flux with class culture because you are a VIP and a heart of gold. Okay, that's a lot. I know. It's a lot. Sit back, relax. 2021 is just starting. So this is an excellent website. What is repetition? Is when a word or phrase or statement is repeated several times to emphasize and develop a certain idea. You already know that. You will ace the test. You will ace the quiz. You will ace the cash app contest. Ooh, did I drop a clue? Okay. For example, that is a very, very, very big balloon. Okay. Now, here are different types of repetition. On this Webby, hello. It's not cooperating with me, you guys. I hope you can hear me. You can hear me, yeah. Let me see why. I'm trying to highlight it. It won't let me highlight it. A lot of these websites don't let you highlight things because they think you're stealing. So we talked about alliteration. Look at all these other ones. Develop your analysis of repetition in text with ease with a planner. Oh, wow. Look at you. You can download it. Go for it. I am not downloading anything else on this computer. How does it work when a word or phrase is repeated? How many times have we said it? I won't do it again. We often, here, this is cute. We often find it hammered into our brains. It's there. It's yours. We own it together. We're sharing. Okay. Composers use it, poets use it, writers use it, songwriters use it. My brain is like ready to go to bed. Okay. This will ultimately affect the mood or atmosphere of the text. It is up to you to think critically about these changes and figure out its significance. That's the beauty of being a writer. I could just write for the next 40 years, knock on everything. I still got 40, minimum 40 years left on planet Earth. So I got lots of things to do. I'm just starting. I'm just in kindergarten. Most of the time, the subject highlighted holds a deeper meaning like symbolism. That is an excellent subject. I could talk about symbolism and iconography for all year long, every day, and never repeat anything. We can go with cultures, music, art. I mean, it's never ending. It's just, I love art. Love it. So let's see what the last thing they want to say. How to identify it. This is nice. I like it. It's the matrix. This is so cool. Okay. Nice. All right. And I'm not like a lot of people, you guys, where I have to click on everything. I just go in. I'm going to go to the top. And I see what they have to offer. There's some repetition and art, visual. And see what they're talking about. And they're on Facebook, Twitter. Is that LinkedIn? I think Google Plus died. I know I had it, but I haven't taken it off my website yet. So yeah, I like this. It has a table of contents. Okay, cool. Online, on campus, why the matrix, tricks, pricing, events, and resources. Wow, look at that. This is great for students at home, you guys. So check this out. I hope that helps you a lot. I just enjoy learning new things or just being nosy at this point. Okay, so 3 more things. Okay, it's not so bad. I thought it was going to be an hour. I don't want an hour. All right, so let's talk about meter in poetry, because now we're segueing out of poetry. I think you know enough components. I think I've given you plenty of resources to take the next steps, to research on your own, to engage. Now I'm going to move on to a new subject in February and March. Okay, so when you put in meter in poetry, okay, you get all of those, right? At least I do. I don't know. If somebody can tell me if you get that too, let me know in the description box, if you don't mind. I just think it's curious. All those other things pop up. Meter is the basic rhythm structure of a line within a work of poetry. Meter consists of 2 components: the number of syllables, a pattern of emphasis on those syllables. Then I'm going to come over here, and then we'll look at some visuals, and then we'll be done with this one. And I have 2 more. In poetry, meter, spelled T-R-E or T-E-R, is the basic rhythm structure of a verse or line in verse. Many traditional verse forms prescribe a specific verse meter or a certain set of meters alternating in a particular order. The study and actual use of meter in forms of versification, also known as prosody, and we already talked about it. That's the only reason why I wanted to share that with you. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to hit images here because I don't have, and then I'm going to hit poem. Okay. So remember, we spoke about this a little, not a lot. I don't like to get into this. It takes the fun out of it for me. Gigi, darling, I don't know. It is what it is. But you know how they go 1, 2, 3, 4, counting and then marking it, A, B, C, D, that type of thing. It takes the fun out of it for me, but I will go more into that later today. Okay. So let me see what else I want to show you down here. There, I think this is the one we were looking at. Something like it early on. Don't ask me which video. I get lost. That's why I do these videos for myself. Yes, I do come back and watch my videos. It is what it is. Now, let me put in A-B rhyme scheme. Okay. Whoops. Rhyme. And okay. I put in A-B rhyme scheme. I will copy that. And here, poem, sonnet, love, ballad, stanza, rap, song, A-B or AABB. Narrative, quatrain, summer, four-line, rhyming, nature. We all know who Dr. Seuss is. Okay. So I'm going to go more into that later. I'm being nosy. Let's be nosy together. Okay, we're good. All right, I'm not missing anything. Perfect. All right. Let's do a simple one. The coolness of the night refreshes my skin. The stars shine so bright, causing me to grin. A rhymes with A, night and bright. B rhymes with B, skin and grin. C and D's come in when you use different words. It's that simple. Here's another example. The C's is the trees and the breeze. I don't think they did that on purpose. If they did, that was cute. And look how it's CC. It's A, B, and then CC. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Nice. Nice. Okay, so I'll definitely put that in there. I don't want to go too much into it because we're going to talk about that later. So I'll do some ahead of time homework. So let me copy that because then I'll be mad if I don't do it. I like to do it in real time because I know you'll forgive me and it's no big deal. We're just here together learning. So the last two, and then that's it. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Let me see which one am I picking. I'm trying to pick the definition first instead of the image. So let me stop. Now, if I do it again, I'll do it again. But yeah, I think it goes at the top. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I did it. Okay. A rhyme scheme. Okay. We talked about meter, scheme, and repetition. Okay. A rhyme scheme is the pattern of sounds that repeats at the end of a line or stanza. Rhyme schemes can change line by line, stanza by stanza, or can continue throughout a poem. A rhyme scheme, and I like to read both, is the pattern of rhymes at the end of each line of a song. So it's at the end. Okay. It is usually referred to by using letters to indicate which lines rhyme. Lines designated with the same letter all rhyme with each other, meaning A, B, C. And it can go all the way to Z, believe it or not. So we're going to talk more about that later. So hit the reminder button. And here are some differences. Perfect rhymes, slant rhymes, I rhymes, in rhymes, masculine and female rhymes. I mean, we could spend the whole year. So let me go ahead and put that in production. But I love it. It's good. It's good for the brain because we're learning. I am brushing off my cobwebs because I haven't really looked at this stuff for maybe like 2 years. But when I planned my channel, like I planned 6 months out. I don't know about anybody else. That's just how I operate. I knew I was going to talk about this topic, and I went, "Do I do this? Do I do that?" I'm like, "Girl, just let it go. Let's let it flow. We look. We are in flux. Just let it go. We're just having a conversation. It's not that serious." So we shared that. Yeah, I want to make sure. Yep, I shared that already. And last but not least is this one: schemes in poetry, images. Okay. I love this one. I'm going to open the show with this one. So please and thank you. I'm sorry if you've just stumbled onto this. You have what, 5 other shows on poetry? You have to, I think it's 6. You have to watch before you can catch up with what we're going to talk about tonight. You can do it in one day. You can do it. Just go ahead and join the replay crew and get up to speed, and then you'll know what we're talking about. So this is where it all begins as far as writing. Okay. Schemes in poetry. Sonnets, ABAB, worksheets, internal rhyme, AABB, definition, examples, patterns, rhyming words. Okay. If you have young ones, 4th, 5th grade. Okay. I love this. Let me pull this up. Here we go. I'm sure I'll pronounce it incorrectly. Petrachain, sonnet, Petrachain, sonnet, Shakespearean sonnet. I know how to pronounce that one. But you have octaves, you have sester, you have quatrains, and you have rhyming couplet. Okay, so if you're into that type of thing, you can just delve deeper. And no matter where you go, you're going to find culture, you're going to find art, you're going to find satisfaction, you're going to find all types of just beautiful words and melodic poetry and song and sound and psalms, even in biblical. You'll get it. It'll connect. It's almost like what we're talking about in art. You'll know how to engage with that piece of art now. You'll know how to read that poem. It'll just punch you. It's alive. You can almost feel and see the person writing it. It's beautiful. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this here. I'll go ahead and I'm going to share this with Scotty. Yeah, just to let her know what I'm up to over here. So they talk about sonnets, quatrains, all that stuff. And yeah, people do this. They sit, they write, they participate, they, worksheets, everything. True friends are by your side through it all. True friends are there to catch you when you fall. Beautiful. Beautiful. So C can be all by itself, and it's A-okay. So if I go down here, let's look at some of the related, and that will be it. Yay, I did it. We have rhyme, scheme, worksheets, we have rap schemes, and we have rhyming poems. Okay, I'll end it right there. All right, it has been my pleasure to bring the topic of poetry in our tiny little Poets Corner. It was a lot of fun. So I look forward to the show later today. We're going to talk about poetry, and I look forward to April. I'll start announcing what we're going to do. Yes, I'm still going to have a contest for our visual board, and that will be at the end of February because it's African American Black History Month. Of course, we're Black all the time, but it's our special month, so we are going to treat it as such. So keep your eyes and ears open. I've had a ball. bringing this subject to you. I hope you learned a lot. Let me know. And yeah, repetition, I'm tired, is fun. Poetry is fun. Growing is fun. Choosing a new hobby is fun. Relating to people is fun. Getting together with 2 and 3 friends, you know, you can list or unlist your YouTube and your StreamYards and just get together and talk to each other. Some people like Zoom, some people like stereo, some people like Patreon. Make it matter. Grow, learn, recite poetry. Okay. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.